are authors giving away at the conferences these days, and what might you consider giving away at your next conference? I took the opportunity to pull together pieces gleaned from the 2015 Laurie Foster Reader Author Get-Together to give you some ideas. So why don't we go ahead and get started. First, there were the excerpt booklets. We had 3 different examples of excerpt booklets, one that included extra candy that gave readers the opportunity to learn a little bit more about the authors and read more about their books. This one was interesting in that it started with one version on one side, and then if you flipped it over, there was a completely different book on the other side. So that was a nice way to double purpose your swag. The conference was in June, and so having fans was certainly appreciated. And so 2 authors took the opportunity to put their information on an actual fan. We had several pieces that were attached to author swag. So you had the postcard here, and then in this case you had a bracelet, another bracelet that was attached to a business card size piece of swag in a laminated pouch to keep it clean. Another piece here where you had swag inside a bag that also contained a pen. So it added some perceived value to the swag piece overall and was much more likely for it to be kept beyond the end of the conference. This piece was nice too. It is a simple business card size card advertising the book, but on the back there's a QR code to download a free version of the book. You don't see QR codes as much anymore, but they are still quite handy, particularly in today's day when so many people are reading on their devices. Another attachment here, you've got the author swag attached to M&Ms. Very portable, very easy, very likely to be kept, at least until those M&Ms are gone. This piece was fun. The whole theme was pearls and wine, and so there were fake pearls inside this bag as well as a small container that did not contain wine, but it did contain bubbles, which many readers actually used throughout the weekend. So that was a nice piece and hopefully provided the author with some memorability. Then we had the small plastic cups advertising the various pieces here for this author, and then a little bit more simple message for this author as well. Very useful pieces, and even if you didn't have an immediate use for them, you were not likely to throw them away right out of the gate because you might have a piece or need for them later, and that is the game with swag, is to try and keep it in the hands of readers as long as possible. Another useful piece, a water bottle, also very handy in the middle of June. This was a fun piece. I don't see too often. It was a jar opener, so that's something that many readers would keep a hold of. Another piece that you see from time to time are screen cleaners. They're a little bit more popular, but they're so useful that they also tend to be kept. So that's a good piece. Another few items of swag. This is a magnet. This increases the perceived value a little bit because it includes a pin. And then we also had this piece, which is lip balm, which you also see from time to time, but it gives the author the opportunity to brand it with the name of cover, the name of the author itself, and so readers are likely not to toss it and certainly to look at it and imprint the name on their memory. We had some fun buttons throughout the weekend, and pens are always popular. This one, I haven't seen this style of pen since I was in, grade school, but it's a great piece, and I think that many users would keep a hold of that, as well as 2 very easy to write, easy to use pens. Then we also had the this piece here, which was you turn it over and it's a bottle opener and a can opener, which is a little different. Definitely something that you would keep a hold of. Another small container of candy, which was cute, very simple to put together. Another more involved piece, which was a screwdriver set. You put the pieces in here. Again, something that you wouldn't readily get rid of. You keep it around and you keep looking at that author name, which is the entire point of the process. And then another piece here, which is interesting. I have not seen this before. This is a stylus, and it's on a keychain, so it could be, for those of you who use stylus with your tablets, could be very handy. This piece I actually really enjoyed just because it is so useful. It's orange soap, it's packaged very attractively in a net bag, and then it has the author swag on the back. So you definitely get a piece of significant value with this. And the author is Carrie Ebanks, so thank you, Carrie Ebanks. This probably gets my prize for the most fun piece of swag inside the Laurie Foster bags. And that is it. So now you have a wealth of ideas here for your next conference as well, I hope.